Wrongful convictions, contrary to popular belief, are not just rare isolated events. In fact, approximately 10,000 innocent people are wrongly convicted each year in the U.S. alone. This injustice is an everyday occurrence involving everyday people.
This was 1989 in San Francisco. It was a drive-by shooting where there were a car full of boys, a car full of girls parked in the street, hanging out, and a couple of cars drove by and machine gunned them. You can't imagine anything worse than that.
The streets was just covered, littered with shells.
I was shot with either AK or 45 or 44. A big bullet still in me. I live with it every day.
I actually seen her get shot.
Whoever did that, they was crazy as hell.
Looking at her eyes, I watched her die.
It was a big manhunt out.
You have to basically be someone like Lucifer. Want to blow my head off and then smile in my face the very next day.
The first thing that crossed my mind was that, oh, they got the wrong person.
My name is Karamad Conley, and in 1992, I was arrested and subsequently convicted of 2 counts of murder, 11 counts of attempted murder, and I received a sentence of 12 life sentences plus 26 years.
April 8th, 1989. On a warm Saturday evening, a group of friends congregated at the corner of 3rd and Newcomb Avenue in the heart of Hunters Point. Without warning, they were riddled by a hail of gunfire. This horrible crime, dubbed the Hunters Point Massacre, claimed the lives of 18-year-old Charles Hughes and 20-year-old Rashawn Johnson. It also critically wounded 12 others. One of the main targets was then 17-year-old Ronnie Lane. Lane narrowly escaped with his life.
Their whole main target was to get me and my friends, basically.
Dominique Dupree relives the night that he was critically injured.
I'm just trying to save my own life. So I'm running this way. I get about right here. I get hit. I stop because I'm in shock. I ain't never been shot before. I didn't know what that felt like. So I feel I got a hole in my back and I got blood in my hand.
All I heard was, just shots fired everywhere.
But I can still feel bullets flying and ricocheting off this house. You can still see marks on the house right here. You can still see bullet holes that's still here.
My instinct is to get inside the car with them, get out the street. So as I approached to get in the car, Rashawn was shot, right between the eyes and the head. Which she slumped over, and I'm like, oh, wow.
I ran about right here, and I just dove under the car. After I came out of my little shock and realized they were still shooting, I dove under the car, and I just laid there.
Yeah, I went up under the car, and he was like, yeah, under the car, right under the car. Get him, get him.
They stopped. All the cats get out the car right here. I'm laying right here. I'm under the car like, oh shit, they finna come finish me off.
Got down and start firing the AK up under the car. So the bullets, they screeching the ground, brown rocks kicking up. I'm like, whoa, steel coming off the car, the metal ripping off the car, because the AKs, they leaving these bullet holes this big.
I just closed my eyes and just prayed for the best. And all of a sudden, I just heard the gunshot, they stopped shooting. I didn't hear no more gunfire. I got up, and the whole left side of my body where I got shot just felt like it was getting numb. So I can barely walk. It was like, and I started getting cold. I guess I was in kind of like a shock, I guess.
Charles Hughes' younger brother, Dustin, also remembers that fateful night.
They came and was like, where your mother at? Where your mother at? I'm like, she's in the room. So I ran, like, what's going on? It was like, your brother got shot. We ain't got time to answer. No questions. We just need your mom.
We get to General Hospital. I had enough strength just to get out the car. Once I got out the car, I just fell out, and that's all I remember until I woke up in intensive care 4 days later. I was playing sports, running track. I actually was on a scholarship when I got shot. I lost my scholarship because I got shot.
It was more than just a shooting. It was something real serious because they had it taped off and the police circle every shell that's been fired. And this whole street, man, down from this burgundy car all the way up to this intersection was just filled up with shells. That's when my father pulled up on the side, and I could tell by the look on his face that it wasn't good. And he just grabbed me and just started crying. And I knew then that he didn't even have to tell me. Got in the car with him and went home that night. That was the day before my birthday. That was April 8th. I was expecting to be with my brother the following day.
during the time that that shooting took place. I was actually at home. You know, I was at home with my father, and you know, I didn't know about it until actually the following day. They said that I was from Sunnydale, and I was living right there on 3rd Street, and this shooting happened on 3rd Street in Newcomb, literally like maybe about 4 blocks from my house, you know, and that's where I was.
3 weeks prior to the murders of Johnson and Hughes, a 19-year-old Sunnydale resident, Edric Carr, known to friends as Peter Lee, was shot and killed while leaving Hunters Point. Following Carr's murder, it was reported that Sunnydale's Swampy Desert crew vowed revenge. Ironically, Lee's funeral services were held in Hunters Point, creating even more tension between the two neighborhoods. Police were on high alert, fearing that Carr's murder would be the beginning of the bloody war between the two turfs. Their predictions played out the night of April 8th.
Clifford Polk actually said that he and I had talked about the case, that I had admitted to him that I was involved, and I had named a number of people